there's so much going on. So much going on in the world. So much that if you tried to keep up with all of it, you would just really go crazy, go bonkers. Um, but here's the bottom line: with everything going on and everything that's going to happen, and everything that's going to happen in our immediate personal situations, what I'm talking about there is what we need to live off of: food, shelter, things that people don't even think of. Do people think about what happens if they can't get a part for their car? What happens if they can't get a part for something that gets broken in their home that they use? And this is, heaven forbid, if the power goes down, then none of that stuff matters anyway. But all these things are part of the supply chain, and they're becoming less and less available. The motto is from electricians and repairmen: if we don't make it, we can't help you. In other words, they cannot get what they need. These auto mechanics, these um, technicians, they can't get the parts they need. So these are things that people aren't even thinking of, that are not going to be readily available. And this is on top, of course, the food supplies getting less and less every day. I don't think there's hardly a store now that doesn't have holes in it. And on top of that, you have the inflation is just going through the roof. So, bottom line is, even if you have some supplies, some things on hand, and you've done the best you can, how long will you be able to cope with limited supplies? On your own, you won't be able to. And this is why we have to have faith. We have to have trust that we're doing our best, and the Lord is going to get us through this. Or, if He's not going to get us through this, He's going to bring us home. What could be so terrible about that? Okay, we've got to put faith before fear every time. Faith and hope, because it's getting harder and harder for me to see personally how I would survive what's coming without divine intervention. I won't. I've accepted this, and it's why I spend so much time in prayer, so much time seeking Him, because I know I'm not going to make it without divine intervention. Now, He can protect us from things, He can keep us hidden, but to what extent is He going to do this? We don't know. We know that our trust has to be perfect now. We have to have perfect reliance on Him, because the supply chains are just collapsing. They're falling apart. And that's going to mean everything. Things that we took for granted, being able to go to the automated repairman and getting a new part for your car, ain't going to be so easy, particularly if you don't have some generic type model car. But it's for everything, from a vacuum cleaner to a toaster to a element for a stove. People aren't thinking about any of these things. They're just not going to be readily available. Wood prices are through the roof. Blah 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 blah. Um, Name it, just name it. But on top of that, you've got all this war talk, on and on and on, and it's increasing. Yes, it is increasing exponentially, and it's gonna blow. It's gonna blow at some point. We just don't know when. And we have all these negative things piling up on us. And bottom line, I just can't cope with it without constant reference to the Lord, constant going back to Him again and again, saying, Lord, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to survive this? And the answer I keep getting back is, why are you afraid? You know, I know the hairs on your head. I know every bird that falls from a tree branch. I know on and on and on. What are you afraid of? Give it over. Give it over. Give it over. Do what you can when you can and give it over. On top of that, and it's amazing to me how people are not talking about this continuously. The time is racing by, folks. Racing. I get nothing done. This is the first video I've done today. I had a visitor. I had one visitor. I had a little bit of distraction, and nothing done. But prayer. I kept trying to pray, and then when I was trying to pray, it puts you to sleep. Puts you to sleep. Yeah, it's all. That's the thing. We got the demons against us. We got all these factors against us. So we can't do it alone. 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 We can't do it. Stop trying. I see people falling apart. I see people losing their minds. I see people going absolutely crazy because they are so unexpecting what is about to come upon us. And I'm just seeing the big picture and the little picture. I'm seeing from supplies not being available to what could happen on Sunday at the Super Bowl. Who knows? It's all possible now. Everything. Just to add to that, if you participate in that in any way, watch that in any way, you better have on your full armor. You better be armored up against curses, witchcraft, spells, because they're going to be in abundance, especially during that halftime satanic ritual. That's exactly what it is. So everything's coming to pass, and it's coming more quickly than people want to even admit. They're saying, well, it hasn't, just because you're not seeing it right now, it's happening over there. It's happening over there, and it's going to come here very quickly. So once again, get back to Jesus, get back to prayer. I let the time go. I've stopped doing things. He wants my attention, he wants me in prayer. And of course the devils, all they want to do is distract, and they do, continuously. But I keep going back to Jesus and back to prayer. Get ready, folks. Fasten your seatbelts, it's going to be a bumpy ride.